Welcome to Pajama Storytime, presented by myself, Lee Pridgeon of the East Branch Library. Today, we'll be going on a daring, brave adventure and boldly asking, what would you do if you had a jetpack? Or perhaps, what would you do with a giant red button in Don't Push the Button? Why don't we find out together and read them both? If you had a jetpack. If you found yourself bored with nothing to do, you could build your own jetpack. Putting it together might be tricky, but since we're clever, you'd figure it out eventually. While learning how to fly, your little brother would see you and get jealous, so you'd have to build him a jetpack too, and teach him how to use it patiently. Once you both got the hang of it, you'd want to show your jetpacks to all your friends at school, so you could demonstrate how it works during show and share time. Cruise through the cafeteria line at lunch, and play turbo tag at recess cautiously. After soaring around school all day, you might get called down to the office. The principal would explain that his car has a flat tire and ask you for a ride home, politely. Your mom would be so proud of you for helping the principal that she'd be in an extra good mood. You'd decide it was the perfect time to ask if you could fly south to visit your Nana. Naturally, your little brother would beg to come along. Please, take me, he would ask persistently. Your mom would agree, but not before making you both pinky promise to be careful and wear your helmets and call when you get there. But after all that, you'd be clear to take off immediately. After seeing you fly into her yard, Nana would probably ask to borrow your jetpack. Convincing her to give it back would be difficult, so you might have to insist firmly. You could thank Nana for returning your jetpack by helping her with a few errands. You'd shop for her groceries and take her pet for a walk and pick up your new golf clubs. While delivering Nana's dry cleaning, you might be reminded that you've always wanted to visit the astronauts in space. So you say goodbye to Nana and your little brother and prepare for departure boldly. When you arrived at the space station, the astronauts would be so blown away by your clever homemade jetpack that they'd invite you to hang out for a while. Of course, if they needed help with a slight spaceship repair, you would volunteer bravely. The astronauts would be so impressed that they'd call the president to let her know. The president would want to honor your service with a special medal. The award ceremony would be all over the news. There'd be photographs to take, interviews to give, and autographs to sign. Modestly. After all that attention, you might need a little break. So you'd fly away to relax on the sandy beach of a deserted planet. Or perhaps you'd head someplace where you'd blend in with the crowd, unexpectedly. Either way, you would start to miss your family, so you take one last flight around the galaxy and blast back home. As you came in for a landing, your overworked jetpack might malfunction dramatically. Luckily, your mom would be so happy to see her favorite jetpacker that she wouldn't scold you for making such a big mess. But she would want to go back to Nana's house to pick up your little brother. And since your jetpack needs repairs, you'd have to take a boring car ride to get there. Of course, you're never bored for very long. After all, a clever person like you can do anything. Don't Push the Button, written and illustrated by Bill Cotter. Hi, my name is Larry. Welcome to my book. There's only one rule. Don't push the button. Seriously, don't even think about it. It does look pretty nice though. I wonder what would happen if we pushed it. No, we can't. We mustn't. Psst. No one is looking. You should give the button a little push. Ah, now I'm yellow. Push it again. Eek! Now I'm yellow and polka dot. Push it twice. Ack! Now there's two of me. Push it a bunch of times. Uh-oh. Shake the book to get rid of all the extra Larrys. Almost. Just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. It says here to scratch Larry's tummy to get him back to normal. That tickles. Okay, much better. Let's not push the button again. But that was kind of fun. Maybe just a couple more pushes. The end.